If you think gold is expensive, then you haven't seen the produce in this video. From mushrooms to melons, people all over the world are not averse to the idea of paying premium dollars for some things. You have probably heard of odd-shaped fruits in Japan that sell for hundreds of dollars, such as the box-shaped watermelon. But there are plenty of other produce that fetch higher prices, and that's what we're going to discuss in this video. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. Let's start with the Yubari watermelon. Also known as the world's most expensive fruit, a pair of Yubari watermelons from Japan once fetched a price of $26,000. That price broke a previous record for a pair of the same melons for $23,000. Seems like an exorbitant price to pay for watermelons if you ask us. So what makes these melons very expensive? A hybrid of Earl's Favorite and Burpee's spicy varieties, the Yubari melon is ideally grown in mountainous areas with high rainfall and rich volcanic soil. The melons are grown to ensure a specific sweetness level, good rind patterning, and perfect round form. Each melon takes 100 days to grow and are outfitted with special paper hats to protect them from the sun. They also undergo rigorous inspection during harvest. Just like Kobe beef, they are protected by geographical indication, and normally a premium Yubari melon can fetch around $200 per piece. The melons got their name because they're only grown in the city of Yubari, a city located in Hokkaido with less than 10,000 residents. The city's main industry was coal mining, but when the mines closed in 1990, citizens moved somewhere else. The city had to find new ways to adapt, and they came up with the Yubari International Fantastic Film Festival as well as the prized melons. Another ridiculously priced produce is the La Bonnotte potato. La Bonnotte is the world's most expensive potato, and the one-of-a-kind variety, also known as Bonnotte de Noirmoutier, can only be found on the French coast, in the Bay of Biscay. Although most potatoes are easily available in most places, this variety can only be found 10 days in a year. The Bonnotte potato is grown on a tiny strip of land where the soil is very sandy and lightweight. This type of potato has a unique taste. It's saltier than other varieties because of the soil where it's planted. Because it's on the coast, it also absorbs the scent of the ocean. As per local traditions, the potatoes are planted by hand and about 90 days later are harvested, usually in a period of only 10 days. Each potato is sent out the day it's picked. The potatoes can sell for as much as $700 per kilogram. On the first Saturday of May each year, farmers celebrate the Bonnotte potato with pomp and pageantry. There's a treasure hunt, a festival, a dinner that includes the potatoes, and even a concert. That's a lot of show dedicated to a vegetable, and we're eager to attend the festival. Of course, saffron has to be included in this list. Otherwise known as the world's most expensive spice, saffron is the common ingredient of many dishes including Indian curry, Italian risotto, and Spanish paella. The spice has a distinct flavor, bright color, and very expensive price tag. Quality saffron can cost as much as $3,000 for less than a kilogram. Saffron is the most expensive spice in the world because of the growing process involved. Only a small part of the flower is used for the spice, the stigmata. To make just a single pound of spice, you need 75,000 saffron flowers. The stigmata is a very delicate piece, so harvesting as well as drying them is an arduous and manual task. The saffron plant is just as delicate as the flower, and it only grows in very specific conditions, and it only blooms for a single week in a year. The saffron plant only grows in areas where there is rich and well-drained soil, as well as plenty of sun. The most popular saffron varieties are those that come from India, Iran, and Spain. People are willing to pay the expensive price tag because of the saffron's reported health benefits that include mood improvement, weight loss help, and reduction of PMS symptoms. In the past, saffron has been used by ancient Greek, Indian, and Greek civilizations for almost everything, including perfumes and medical potions. Truffles can also set you back hundreds of dollars. No, we're not referring to chocolate truffles. This is a different kind. If you've ever eaten fries or pasta with truffles, you'd know that they cost more than your regular fries or pasta. So what makes truffles very expensive? Truffles are rare subterranean fungi which are similar to but different from mushrooms at the same time. A little confusing, right? Let's make things clearer. Mushrooms grow outside the ground, but truffles grow underground. They also like to grow in the dark. Although truffles basically grow the same way, there are various species, but the most well-known are musky black, muscat black, winter black, white winter, Himalayan black, Chinese black, summer black, white truffles, and autumn black. There are plenty of varieties, but experts say not all are worth eating, so we trust them on that. Truffles are very pricey for a few reasons. Truffles are something that not everyone can easily plant, farm, or harvest. They are very picky about where they grow, and they flourish in areas where there are cool nights and moisture on warm days. They also seem to have a preference for growing on certain types of trees, such as hazel, oak, and pine trees. The French and Italian countryside are popular growing spots, although some varieties do grow in Australia and the Pacific Northwest. Finding them is the difficult part. Truffle hunters rely on animals, most popularly the truffle pig, to find them. Truffles release smelly compounds which attract animals such as pigs. Pigs can find them, but pigs might also end up eating the truffles. Once found, truffles have to be dug carefully to avoid damage, and that is a labor-intensive process. Why they are expensive is only one piece of the puzzle. The other piece is why people don't have any qualms paying serious money for them. It's because truffles have a certain aroma and taste. Rounding out our top 5 is the Hong Pao Tea, once called the tea that costs more than gold. The Hong Pao Tea has a price tag of $28,000 for just 20 grams. The ancient tree traces its roots back to the Ming Dynasty and is also known as the Big Red Robe Tea. It is cultivated in the Wuyi Mountains and is very pricey because it is harvested from plants that have grown in the mountains for more than 3 centuries. The tea features a layered body with mineral and earthly flavors. It brews into a deep red hue and has a lively finish. Although there are companies that sell newer versions of the Hong Pao tea that are cultivated in areas near the ancient plants, they don't taste as nice as those that come from Wuyi Mountains. The karst landscapes have been famous for tea for a long time. The rain that pours on the limestone gorges and flood the narrow mountain streams is heavy with minerals, and they impart flavor to the tea. The tea isn't just as costly as gold, it costs more than 30 times its weight in gold. Next on our list is hop shoots. Hop shoots may be known by plenty of other names, but one thing remains consistent, and that's the price. Hop shoots are part of the hop plant that's not used for brewing beer. Hops are used globally for fermentation purposes, but hop shoots serve a different purpose. The plant has an almost kale-like quality and has a certain nutty flavor. However, the acquired taste does take some time to get used to. The reason why hop shoots are so expensive is primarily because of the elaborate process involved in harvesting them. They have to be picked by hand, and because they don't grow in rows, picking is tedious and challenging. Aside from that, hop shoots are also incredibly tiny that you'd have to pick hundreds before you can even fill a small bag. Lastly, we have the wasabi root. Ever been to a swanky sushi place? Not only do you get the freshest seafood, you'd most likely be served freshly grated wasabi instead of the commercially processed green paste. Freshly grated wasabi can easily add a premium to the price you pay in the sushi place. Less than half a kilogram of wasabi costs approximately $70. You can make plenty of wasabi paste from a wasabi root, but the issue is there aren't a lot of wasabi farms anymore. The wasabi you're used to is a mixture of coloring, horseradish, and sweetener. Nowadays, you'd have to get the wasabi root directly from Japan or from other wasabi farms in Europe. Either way, if you want wasabi fresh, you better be prepared to spend a substantial amount of money. But what makes it very expensive? Aside from the fact that there are not too many wasabi farms, wasabi is known for being the hardest plant to grow commercially. It is found naturally growing alongside mountain streams in Japan and requires a strict set of conditions to thrive. It needs a constant supply of running spring water, rocky soil, and shady areas. It also can't tolerate temperatures more than 20 degrees Celsius throughout the year. Wow, those are very strict conditions indeed. The wrong minerals or too much humidity can easily cause problems, and to top it all off, wasabi is susceptible to diseases and pests. And that brings us to the end of our video. Which of the most expensive produce in the world are you most likely to spend on? Let us know in the comment section because we'd like to know. We'll talk to you in the next video.